the laptop had never been just a laptop. It was months of small refusals disguised as budgeting. Skipped lunches. Delayed purchases, quiet calculations made late at night when my daughter, Emma, was asleep. Every dollar carried intention. She didn't ask for it the way children usually ask for things. She researched, compared models, left browser tabs open like hopeful suggestions rather than demands. When I finally bought it, her reaction wasn't explosive excitement, it was something softer, heavier, that careful, disbelieving smile, as if joy required verification. 2. My parents' backyard looked exactly as it always did during family gatherings. Folding chairs arranged in loose circles, the familiar hum of overlapping conversations. My sister moving between guests with effortless ownership of the space. Emma sat beside me, the unopened box resting on her lap. "You can open it," I told her. She shook her head slightly. "I like waiting, anticipation. That rare, uncomplicated pleasure." Across the yard, my sister's boys darted between adults with the chaotic energy of children left largely unmonitored. Their version of play often carried a destructive edge everyone politely ignored. "They're just being boys," my mother liked to say. Normalization has many disguises. I didn't see the moment it happened, only the aftermath. Movement near the fire pit. Sudden laughter. A strange shift in the tone of the room, not alarm, but amusement sharpened by spectacle. By the time I turned, the box was already gone. One of the boys stood near the flames, grinning with the wild pride of a child who had discovered an audience. Inside the fire, plastic warped first, then the screen. A slow, obscene melting. For a brief second, my brain refused coherence. The scene felt too absurd to register as real. Emma's hand tightened around my sleeve. "Dead." Her voice was small, but not yet broken, still trying to understand. Around us, laughter rippled outward. My father chuckled low, shaking his head. "Well, that's unfortunate." Unfortunate. As if we were discussing weather. My sister leaned back in her chair, watching the flames with detached interest. "Maybe this will teach her not to be spoiled." Spoiled. The word floated easily, finding no resistance in the air. I expected anger, rage, something loud and cinematic. Instead, what arrived was an almost unnatural stillness. A cold, precise clarity. I looked at Emma. Not the fire. Not my sister. Emma. Her face held that fragile, suspended expression children wear when humiliation and confusion collide. No tears yet. Only the silent search for adult interpretation. How should she feel about this? Was this funny? Was this normal? That question, invisible but devastating, hung between us. And suddenly, the laptop no longer mattered at all. I stood slowly, not abruptly, no sudden movements. My sister's boys continued laughing, emboldened by the absence of immediate consequence. I crouched beside Emma. My voice was steady. "Go sit in the car." She blinked. "But, sir," no explanation. No emotional leakage. She hesitated only a second before obeying, retreating from the gravitational pull of the scene. Around the yard, conversations faltered slightly. The shift was subtle but perceptible. Expectation recalibrating. I walked toward the fire pit. Heat radiated upward, carrying the chemical scent of burning electronics. One of the boys kicked at the edge of the stones. "Relax," my sister said lightly. "It's just a thing. Just a thing." I nodded once, then reached into my pocket. No one reacted at first. Phones are rarely dramatic objects. I dialed calmly, waited. When the operator answered, my tone remained measured. "Yes, I'd like to report property destruction." The laughter stopped. Not instantly. But like a sound being slowly turned down, my mother straightened in her chair. "Oh, don't be ridiculous." "I'm not," I said. Across the yard, my sister's expression shifted, amusement thinning into irritation. "You're calling the police. Over a laptop." "I'm calling because your children intentionally destroyed private property." The distinction felt important, not emotionally. Structurally. 2. Silence behaves differently when authority is invoked. It becomes heavier, denser, no longer social. My father rose halfway from his seat. "No, wait a minute." But there was nothing to wait for. Damage had already occurred. Intent had already been demonstrated, and unlike family interpretations, external systems operate without sentimental flexibility. The patrol car arrived with quiet inevitability. No sirens, no spectacle, just procedure. The officers listened, their presence carrying that unmistakable neutrality institutions are built upon. What was destroyed? One asked. A laptop, I replied. Value? Approximately $2,000. The number landed audibly this time. No latter followed. My sister attempted explanation. They're kids. The officer nodded politely. Yes, ma'am. No argument. Just notation. Legal responsibility, unlike family dynamics, does not dissolve into emotional ambiguity. I didn't watch my sister's face. Didn't study my parents' reactions. Instead, I walked back toward the driveway where Emma sat inside the car, staring forward through the windshield. I opened the door. She looked at me cautiously.
Were you mad?
The question was fragile, loaded. I shook my head. No. A pause. Then, the only truth that mattered. I'm not letting anyone treat you like that. Her shoulders relaxed, in a way that had nothing to do with the laptop. Relief not from loss, but from interpretation. From understanding that cruelty had not been normalized. That humiliation had not been reframed as humor. Behind us, the backyard remained unnaturally quiet. Not because of punishment, but because something far more disruptive had entered the space. Consequence.